Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Well, what can I say about this movie? The latest film from British director Guy Ritchie, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, was very average. To be honest, expectations for this movie was low to begin with, but it was still disappointing to watch. Based on true events, during World War II, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill gives the go-ahead for an illegal expedition to destroy Hitler's German U-boat force. The plot entails renegades who don't care about following the law, led by Henry Cavill's brash character, Gus March Phillips, an ex-criminal who is called into a top-secret briefing after being released from prison. Ignorant of manners, Gus takes himself to a long drink of Scotch whiskey, snatches the entire cigar box, and blusters over to the officer's desk, which appears priggish. Gus makes fun of the stiff man, who introduces himself as Fleming, Ian, by swiping his lighter. It doesn't take a genius in intelligence to figure out that Gus March Phillips was Fleming's model for James Bond in later years. There has been a lot of discussion about potential Daniel Craig replacements since No Time to Die, but less conjecture about potential directors for the role. Guy Ritchie's greatest attempt to revitalize a franchise in dire need of a makeover is found in Ministry, where he adapts Damian Lewis's eponymous book, whose subtitle sums it up best: How Churchill's Secret Warriors Set Europe ablaze and Gave Birth to Modern Black Ops. Ritchie draws inspiration from history rather than Fleming's body of work. One thing's for sure, this film is the closest you will get to seeing Cavill play James Bond. That ship sailed a long time ago. The plot, which they loosely refer to as Operation Postmaster, was conceived by a Secret Service agent that the movie rather impudently calls M, Cary Elwes, sporting a dapper appearance. He informs Churchill, Rory Kinnear, that, if we're discovered, Parliament will remove you from office. Churchill nevertheless gives him the go-ahead, and Gus departs with 3 other hooligans: the ship's captain Henry Hayes, hero Fianna's Tiffin, explosives expert Freddie Alvarez, Henry Golding, and the remorseless killer Anders Lassen, Alan Ritchson, a bear-sized Swede who appears as though he could eat the rock for breakfast. The Guy Ritchie shine seems to have disappeared from his glory days of Snatch and Lockstock and 2 Smoking Barrels. The stylish, sharp, and witty scenes appear to be missing in this flick, replaced with generic and basic dialogue, some of which pushes forced comedy that doesn't really land well. The action sequences are standard and doesn't really knock you off your feet. Scenes are too drawn out. Sub-stories not connecting properly with the main story were evident. Ritchie has an amazing cast, but a great cast can't rescue a dull and linear storyline. This movie isn't worthy of a cinema ticket purchase. This is the kind of film you watch on Netflix after 35 minutes of trying to figure out what to watch. It's a sub-average film, and appears to be heavily influenced by the Brad Pitt classic by Quentin Tarantino, Inglourious Basterds. The only difference is, the Tarantino version is brilliant. Despite being a film that doesn't deliver, there were some great solo performances from Cavill and the rest of the cast. We particularly enjoyed the performance of Alan Ritchson, who outshone most of the cast. These performances weren't enough to rescue this movie, though. One piece of advice: if you're fortunate enough not to have seen this movie yet, lucky you. Watch it on streaming if you have nothing better to watch. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.